Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in a resourceful feeling of relaxation. And as you exhale, just get a sense that tension, stress, anxiety is leaving your body in your outward breath. As you breathe in and breathe out with your eyes closed, notice that you're able to give more of your attention to the sound of my voice. As you breathe in and breathe out, just adjust your body in whichever way makes you feel more comfortable. And I want you to start to scan your body from the extremities, the top of your head, the tips of your fingers, the tips of your toes, towards those essential organs, your heart, your lungs, and notice where you can pick up on tension. There are clues to tension, of course. But sometimes, to really identify the tension, you need to increase it so that when you let go, you can notice if you're able to let go of more of that tension that was previously there. So let's try that now. On the next inward breath, just for a second or so, try and tense every muscle in your body you can possibly find. Clench your fists, your toes, your legs, your arms, your jaw. And then on the outward breath, release. And notice how good that feels. And then scan your body for any feelings of where tension still remains even when you've let go of it all. Maybe there's tension around the eyebrows, in your jaw. Maybe around your neck or your shoulders. That's it. Continue to breathe in and breathe out and allow whatever's remaining of that tension to leave your body on each outward breath, enabling you to go deeper and deeper, relaxed. Now, that's it. As your body relaxes, your imagination, which is the interface between the conscious and the unconscious mind, becomes more accessible. Sometimes it's useful to think of the imagination as the console between the processing power of your brain and all of that power of your unconscious mind that we would label intuition. You can have the most powerful computer that exists, but without a screen, a mouse, a keyboard, it's useless. And your unconscious mind is infinitely more powerful than the most powerful computer that exists. But your imagination and your intuition enables you to harness the power of your subconscious mind. And I want you to use that power of your subconscious mind to remember a classroom at school, a place where you felt safe. Imagine that you have this place just to yourself. Perhaps you can remember pictures on the wall, the size of the seats. Maybe there was a smell, as there normally is in those old classrooms. Maybe there was a blackboard with chalk, doors that you can remember, remembering what you could see through the windows of those classrooms. But I want you to get a sense that you feel safe there. And I want you to imagine for some reason that there was something soft for you to lie on, maybe a beanbag, a blanket, a comfortable chair. then just imagine, just in your own imagination, making yourself comfortable on that place. As I count down from 10 to 1, you will imagine getting so deeply relaxed in that safe classroom, surrounded perhaps by cute stuffed animals, the ones that are connected to you feeling love and safety. As I count down from 10 to 1, you will imagine going so deeply relaxed that you can imagine what it would be like to fall asleep there in that safe classroom from your childhood. Starting to count 10, relaxing the muscles around your eyes, your eyebrows, that's it. 9, your forehead, going down into your jaw, just release that tension now, that's it. 8, focusing on the neck and your shoulders. Even your nostrils as you breathe in and breathe out, release that tension now. 8, then 7, all the way down your arms to the very tips of your fingers. That's it. 6, as you breathe in, even your internal organs can relax. Your heart relaxes, lungs relax, stomach relaxes, diaphragm relaxes. Now, that's it. 5, going into your gut. As you imagine yourself there in that classroom, just going so deeply relaxed, that soft, comfortable part of the classroom, that's it. 4, going into your legs, all the way down into your toes, 3 and then 2, and then just imagine what it would be like to fall asleep in that safe classroom where no one else is around, you're completely safe. 2 and then 1, and then imagine what it would be like to fall asleep there in that classroom. I want you to get a sense that there in that classroom, in your own imagination, you're able to access something perhaps powerful for you. I want you to imagine your childhood as if you're observing yourself like you're someone else. I want you to get a sense that this is just in your imagination. But in your imagination, I want you to see a child that went through tough times. Things happen not of your choosing, through no fault of your own. Things happen that shouldn't have happened. I want you to see that child going through those moments. You're observing yourself like you're someone else, and if the emotions get too intense, just drain the colour away, make it black and white. Create more distance between you as the observer and you as that child, but I want you to send strength from you in the present to the child back then that was just learning how to cope with all this crap. If you, with all your knowledge and experience, were reliving those same moments, you would handle them differently. Maybe having different boundaries, borders. Cope with things in a different way, but you didn't have those resources back then. In fact, the resources that you have right now are to a large extent coping mechanisms of a time in your life where you were forced to toughen up. Not because you wanted to be tough, you just had to. And I want you to send the strength that you have now in the present back to that child back in the past. Almost feel like you're sending energy from your heart to the heart of that child. I want you to be there in the aftermath of traumatic events, to give that younger version of you a hug. Tell them they're loved. Tell them they're not to blame for any of this. It's not their fault. Children sometimes can carry on guilt just because they don't know any better at the time. But you're there to say this guilt is not yours. Any shame is not theirs. Any anger is justified. There is just one consolation to all of this. That the emotional resilience is getting stronger. See event after event throughout that childhood and just always be there, sending strength, sending love, sending understanding. I want you to be a guardian angel from the present to the past, watching over that version of you. And although you can't change things, you can send that strength, send that understanding, and be there to explain what these things really meant to a child that didn't know any better. And as you go through those moments, as the weeks turn into months and months turn into years, notice that that child is becoming wiser beyond their years at having to make sense of all this stuff. What started off as maybe a fragile, vulnerable child toughened up pretty quick. Could deal with things that would really cause problems for children that weren't going through the same things. Not because it was useful or desirable. It's just a side effect of what that child went through. And if you can see how sometimes good things can come from bad moments, just let me know by nodding your head. See that child taking on those experiences throughout life. Yeah, she was tough, but also eager to learn from previous experiences. I want you to get a sense that all of that experience is still there in the intuition. So that when that child becomes a teenager, becomes a young adult, becomes an adult, becomes older, that intuition is still there. The resilience is still there. The drive is still there. I want you to see for a while that child became a woman, vigilant to protect, to stop unwanted things happening. And that worked for a while. But now I want you to see that woman has moved on, knowing that she's tough enough to handle what life throws, but is no longer willing to accept surviving. I want you to see that child evolve into a strong, capable woman, capable of so much more than perhaps what other women of the same age would be able to handle. And sometimes that can create perceptions or judgments, but those judgments and perceptions are not coming from people that have walked in those same shoes. And therefore, the only judgment that truly matters is the judgment of that girl that became a woman. And the overall judgment has changed now. It used to be what's going to happen next. And now there's a new narrative, a new feeling. You can see it on her face. Whatever life throws at me, I'll handle it. If you can see how that girl became a woman, stronger, more resourceful, more resilient, just let me know by nodding your head. And then I want you to step into that strong, resilient, capable woman. Noticing where you feel that strength, that capability, that resourcefulness. And then expand that feeling. Allow it to ripple outwards to every cell of your body in the same way that you've had a moment where you threw a pebble into a pond. And although the pebble hit one tiny part of the surface of that pond, the ripples went everywhere. That resourceful, resilient feeling starts in one place, but it ripples to every cell of your body. And from this point forwards, I want you to acknowledge that you've handled so many tough moments. You have evidence that you can cope. I want you to perceive that tough moments have made you stronger. And sometimes it's the moments that weren't fair, weren't justified, weren't invited, and weren't expected that made you more emotionally stronger than any other. They say every cloud has a silver lining. And what if the silver lining of all these tough times are that you now have a superpower? You're more emotionally resilient, mentally tougher than those people that didn't have the same experiences. And if you can feel what it feels like to tap into a feeling of empowerment, feeling resourceful, feeling optimistic, and feeling strong, that you can make decisions influenced by your intuition that has access to all of these experiences, that knows what you value, knows what your desires are, knows what you want to create in your life, to influence those decisions from a position of strength and opportunity, not fear and avoidance. If you can tap into that power, harness it, have it work for you rather than against you, knowing that if your heart beats a little faster, it's just your body giving you a boost of adrenaline, and you'll take that, but you'll put it to use. If your mind is thinking rapidly, don't be surprised if you start thinking of complex problems you want to solve or what you want most in your life. Because if your brain is working in overdrive anyway, just have it work for you rather than against you. I want you to take everything. We're going to change that curse into a blessing, that trauma into a treasure. It's no longer enough to survive. It's about taking everything and putting it to work now. Having it work for you rather than against you. And you can look at anyone in the eye and know that you've handled more emotional toughness than they probably have. Which means they're probably going to underestimate you. And that is a competitive advantage for you. Because they don't know how strong you are. And if you can tap into that feeling And now it's there in the past because it had to be. It's there in the present because you feel it. And it's there in the future because you know it. Just let me know by nodding your head. It's time to leave this journey into the past, but hold on to this feeling, this new belief that you're not broken, you're enhanced. I want you to get a sense that you're stronger than you've ever been, only now you know that you can have all of this and have it work for you rather than against you. As you return to that blanket or beanbag or soft area in that classroom and just get yourself up, look around, but still feel that inner strength inside you, that strong emotional resilience. With the new mantra, I'll handle it. I can handle it. I will handle it. Things are going to be fine. And then recall the classroom, the stuffed animals, maybe even a stray cat lurking around. It's all just thoughts within thoughts, ideas within ideas, dreams within dreams. And actually, let's take you back to the present. Here in the present, listening to my voice. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Just wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, get a sense that you're in your own physical body right now. Because very soon I will count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. You will awaken feeling resourceful, capable, optimistic, and mentally strong and resilient. Starting to count to awaken you. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.